The Marvel Cinematic Universe has introduced us to dozens of heroes over the years. From street-level vigilantes to cosmic warriors, they've captured our hearts and imaginations. But in such a vast universe, not every hero gets to stay in the spotlight forever. So why were these Marvel heroes forgotten? What caused some of our favourites to fade away into the background? Today, we'll take a deep dive into the MCU's evolving landscape, ranking heroes by their popularity and current status as of July 2025. Let's get real about why some of the street-level heroes got left in the dust. Black Knight showed up in Eternal's post-credits scene in 2021, and that was pretty much it. Marvel was banking hard on Kit Harington's Game of Thrones fame to bring instant star power and hype. But that gamble failed spectacularly. The Eternals movie itself was a critical and commercial disappointment, panned for its bloated plot, uneven pacing, and underdeveloped characters. On top of that, the average audience was largely unfamiliar with the Black Knight character and had no real idea who he was or why he mattered. As a result, the studio quickly buried any momentum for the Black Knight. Harington himself admitted in 2025 that he's completely in the dark about the character's future, which basically confirms Marvel has no plans for him anytime soon. Then there are the Netflix defenders, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, Colleen Wing, and Misty Knight. These characters were Marvel's attempt at bringing a darker, grittier, street-level vibe to the MCU, aiming to attract a more mature audience. But the reality, they never caught on with the broader fan base. Their shows ran their course between 2018 and 2019, but struggled with inconsistent writing, mixed reviews, and limited promotion. Once Disney took over Marvel, the company pivoted away from these grittier tales, focusing instead on high-profile cinematic spectacles and big-budget cosmic epics. Since then, these heroes have mostly been forgotten, with few appearances and zero ongoing projects. Rumours about cameos or returns, especially in Daredevil, Born Again, Season 2, keep popping up, but have never been officially confirmed by Marvel Studios. It's clear these characters have been left on the sidelines, as Marvel prioritizes newer heroes that fit their blockbuster formula and broader market appeal. These heroes got their shot, but failed to catch fire, and now they're mostly background noise. Marvel's busy chasing shiny new stars and cosmic adventures, leaving these street-level stories behind. Now, let's cut to the chase. Why did so many mid-level and rising heroes get dumped by Marvel? Start with the Eternals. Marvel bet big on this cosmic team in 2021, but it flopped hard. Critics tore it apart for being bloated, confusing, and emotionally dead. Fans didn't care. The box office numbers tanked. Marvel's response? Dump the whole team in the MCU's Do Not Disturb list. No sequel, no spin-offs, no nothing. These characters are basically collecting dust, forgotten by the very studio that created them. Adam Warlock looked cool in Guardians Volume 3, but Marvel hasn't shown a lick of faith since. No projects, no storylines, no idea if he's even on the radar. Why? Because cosmic fatigue and competing priorities mean Marvel's betting on proven stars, not risky newcomers. The Disney Plus hopefuls were supposed to shake things up and bring diversity, but instead, they became cautionary tales. Moon Knight had a buzzworthy debut, but no Season 2 in sight. Oscar Isaac's vague remarks suggest even he's lost faith. Why? The show never broke through mass appeal, and its darker tone didn't gel with Marvel's usual crowd. She-Hulk tried to mix courtroom drama with superheroes, but got slammed by audiences for bad pacing and uneven tone. Marvel's silence on renewal says it all. Why? Because poor reception kills momentum, and Marvel won't gamble on uncertain fan love. Ms. Marvel was shoved down throats as the next big thing, but when it came to backing her up with follow-ups, crickets, the young Avengers' dreams, still just that, dreams. Why? Because hype alone doesn't build lasting interest. America Chavez exploded briefly in Doctor Strange 2, then vanished. No new projects, no future plans. Why? Because Marvel's big fish need more than a cameo to survive, and she's not yet proven her worth. Monica Rambeau had moments in WandaVision and the Marvels, but no solid future. Why? Because Marvel seems to favour legacy characters over rising stars unless they're instant crowd pleasers. Iron Fist was meant to bring martial arts coolness but faltered with weak writing and lukewarm reception. Marvel moved on fast. Why? Because inconsistent quality and weak ratings kill any chance at a comeback. Shang-Chi dazzled in his solo film and is confirmed to appear in Avengers Doomsday. Unlike many others, Shang-Chi is an exception to the cancellations. Marvel clearly sees a future with him and is investing in his character as part of their evolving cinematic universe. Bottom line, Marvel's cancellations aren't random. They're brutal business decisions based on money, ratings, and audience reactions. If you don't break through quickly or fit the mold, you're history. Now, let's get into the big-name movie heroes. These are the stars who've carried the MCU on their backs. Some still shining bright, others just barely holding on. Take Doctor Strange and Loki. Both keep showing up, tied into major storylines and upcoming projects. They haven't been forgotten because they drive the multiverse madness and cosmic chaos that Marvel's obsessed with right now. Their faces are everywhere, and Marvel knows their names still sell tickets. Then you have the likes of Hulk and Scarlet Witch. Hulk has mostly been sidelined, only making cameos and appearances here and there. Mark Ruffalo seems open to coming back, but there's no official project on the horizon. Scarlet Witch, after the massive splash of WandaVision, has faded too. She's currently lending her voice to Marvel Zombies but has no new solo series or movie lined up, despite rumours of Avengers cameos. And don't forget Ant-Man and Wasp. They've been around the block, recently in Quantumania, and are officially confirmed to return for Avengers. Doomsday. Still, they're far from being front and centre in the MCU's grand scheme. Then there's Black Panther's Shuri. After the tragedy of Chadwick Boseman's passing, Marvel put a lot of weight on her shoulders. She's now stepping up big time, with a new Wakanda series in the works and a spot in the upcoming Avengers film. She's one of the rare successors who's actually gaining traction. Captain Marvel's Brie Larson seemed like a safe bet for MCU dominance, but intense negative audience reactions, fueled by backlash to Larson's outspoken interviews and perceived wooden performances, significantly dented her star power. The backlash wasn't just about the films, it was about the star herself, and Marvel clearly took notice. Instead of becoming a cornerstone, Captain Marvel's presence faded with fewer projects and a much colder reception. The studio's silence on future solo films speaks volumes. Then there's Hawkeye and the Guardians of the Galaxy, two fan favourites who surprisingly find themselves drifting into the forgotten pile. Hawkeye's Jeremy Renner was the original go-to Avenger with a grounded, relatable appeal. But after the first Hawkeye series, Renner's absence has been deafening. Marvel decided to pivot the spotlight to Kate Bishop for Season 2, sidelining Clint Barton entirely. Why? Probably a mix of behind-the-scenes drama, Renner's well-publicised health issues, and a strategic move to freshen up the franchise. The end result? Hawkeye's core character, Clint Barton, feels abandoned, and the show is now more about passing the torch than continuing his story. It's a harsh reminder that even established heroes can be pushed aside if the studio decides the future lies elsewhere. As for the Guardians of the Galaxy, they had a raucous trilogy that cemented their place in MCU lore. But post-Volume 3, they vanished from any official slate or production plans. Chris Pratt and Kevin Feige have expressed openness to return, but no concrete projects are in the works. The cosmic space adventurers who once felt like the MCU's wild card are now left hanging without a roadmap. Part of the problem is franchise fatigue. Marvel is churning out more cosmic stories than ever, and the Guardians haven't had a chance to evolve beyond their trilogy. Without new films or series, they risk fading from public consciousness, forgotten despite their past glory. In short, Hawkeye and the Guardians are caught in a tough spot, too big to ignore, but sidelined by Marvel's shifting focus and the relentless demand for fresh stories. These heroes got their shot, but the harsh reality is, even some of the MCU's biggest names aren't immune to being pushed aside when the business demands it. It's clear that the Marvel Cinematic Universe is a ruthless machine, one that rewards success and punishes failure without mercy. Heroes who don't immediately connect with the audience or break the bank get sidelined, often indefinitely. It doesn't matter how much potential a character has, or how diverse and important they are. If the numbers aren't there, Marvel moves on. Some characters become forgotten simply because they don't fit the evolving formula. Others suffer from bad timing, poor execution, or just plain bad luck. The stories that don't sell, the shows that don't get renewed, the actors who aren't brought back. These are the casualties of a franchise that never stops moving forward. But make no mistake, the MCU will always keep evolving, introducing new faces and new stories to capture the next wave of fans. While some heroes get left behind, new ones will rise, and the cycle will repeat. So, which heroes do you think deserve a second chance? Which ones should stay forgotten? Let us know in the comments below. And if you want a deeper dive into the MCU's villains and their fates, make sure to hit that subscribe button and stay tuned.